I didn't know that could happen. It can, it does, and it's not as uncommon as you would think. Today is Monday, and I am 29 weeks pregnant, about to be 30 weeks pregnant on Thursday. And today we have our infant baby care safety class. We're gonna touch on breastfeeding, diapering, all of that. And as first-time parents, that's going to be so helpful, I have a feeling. I also so far have gotten my grocery order. Pickup has been a lifesaver this pregnancy so far. I'm able to just go, get it, and save my energy for things like putting it away. Whereas before, walking the grocery store, maybe it's just me, I feel like there are some pregnant moms out there who literally run marathons and do things like that, but I have no energy. After going and walking the grocery store, I'd be done for the day. Those are our plans for tonight, and I will be checking in with you in a bit. All right, we are back from the class. How was it? How was it?
Fun, informative, a lot of first day stuff.
Yeah? You think you're gonna be better than me at diapers?
Already am.
All right, we have our little kit for the living room set up now. I have it in this little box here. Easy to pull out. I just have wipes, diapers for this age. Until they're about 15 pounds, they can use these ones. So we'll have a little bit of time before I'm gonna have to change this out for anything. And here, I'm going to make sure I have a blanket to change baby on, as well as potentially when they get down the line, I might put things like a rattle in there, or something to keep their hands busy, but right now it's not as much a concern of mine. Next, I'm going to go ahead and fill up that bedside nursery a little bit more. That is what we are looking at right now. I got this little cart thing from Burlington, and it is amazing. It hangs right on the door. I also hung my Angel Care bath kit for the baby right next to here just because it is so bulky. That is how much hallway space it takes up. So having it out of the way, I feel like is going to be a little bit essential. I'm here, Bump's here, and I am ready to finally pack my diaper bag. I am doing it a little bit earlier than some people, but I am high risk for early labor, so it's something I just want to make sure I have out of the way. Even though I'm 30 weeks, 10 weeks is not as much as it seems, and this is one of those things that once I get out of the way, I don't have to worry about as much. So as I pack it, I'm just going to go ahead and tell you what I'm putting in there. There is a couple things that I'm going to be adding later down the line. But as for right now, these are just the bare minimum essentials that I want to keep in there and keep stowed away. I'm actually going to sit a little closer. Don't mind this, by the way. This is a pajama dress. Let's talk about the diaper bag. This bad boy, I actually picked up at a thrift store. Don't worry, I washed it, and I washed it with sanitizing solution a couple different times because I'm a little paranoid. But here's the things I like about it. Number one, it's thrifted, so it's environmentally friendly. It's also very budget friendly. I got this for about $15 on a half off sale. I've got bottle pockets and an insulated front pouch. And then in the main pouch, I have a couple more of these pockets right here for organization. It looks like I have two on the side, two on the front, and then one zipper back here and a zipper way down here. That's a nice insulated pouch as well. And then in the back, I have another pouch. So far for smalls, like small little things that will just make my life a little easier, putting a Tide to Go stick and a little hand sanitizer spray. This one smells like a wonderful Bath & Body Works product that will go nowhere near the baby's hands, just for after diaper change for me to have something easy. I also have these boogie wipes. I got these from my mother-in-law, and it's nice just to have a couple saline nose wipes on hand in case we're out and about. I never want to be using one of those napkins on them that you get at a fast food restaurant, nothing like that. And that's all we really have in the truck. So Having these on hand for me is essential. I'm going to have 1 pair of mitts for the newborn stage and 2 pairs of these socks right here, just so that we have them on hand. I have a feeling that these socks are going to get very lost very easy. I've never met a baby who loves having socks on and doesn't kick them off, so I might be fighting a bit of a losing battle. However, it is Colorado out here. We're right next to the Rocky Mountains, right up against them, and it gets pretty cold pretty quick in the fall time. And so even if we lose a couple of these bad boys in the field, I want extra on hand. That way we can be prepared and make sure the baby's feet stay warm. As for extra clothing, I am bringing a onesie as well as a pair of pants to tuck this into. This is a long sleeve onesie as well, so it can double as a little bit of that warmth. So we are planning currently on breastfeeding. Of course, sometimes this is not exactly something that can be controlled, and there are circumstances where you end up having to bottle feed anyways, whether that be for physical conditions with either the newborn or the mom, or mental health conditions as well. So I'm not holding on too tightly to it, but it is the aim. It is something we're preparing for. And so I'm not going to have really the plan for bottles, but if I do have to have bottles, I have 2 bottle spaces in the front that are remaining. I want the front of this to be little things, like the socks and the mitts and all of that good stuff. And then the bigger things I'm going to keep in the bigger pouch. It's nice to have hygiene products at the house, but having these on hand for travel is also really nice, just in case. The nice thing I like about this is it wraps up in this tiny little case. The biggest thing that I'm very excited to put in my diaper bag is actually a little satchel, being a changing pad. So just to show you a little bit, it unfolds to the changing mat. This is washable and wipeable, very nice fabric. And then it has a pouch here that we can put wipes and diapers in, as well as a pouch right here. This is going to be really useful for us. So this is how we are going to pack our diapers over here. And there I'm also putting a tube of my Honest Company diaper cream. Can't go anywhere with a diaper bag without your wipes. And fold this back up. Hope that this closes. And it does! This bad boy is ready to go into the bag. Other things that I'm going to keep in there. 3 Ziploc bags in case of blowouts, in case of messes, pee accidents, peeing out on me and my shirt, or any kind of spit up accidents. Until we bring the clothes home, I don't really want them floating free in the diaper bag. That seems like a disaster waiting to happen. So instead, I'm gonna get these bad boys and just put them in the pouch. Another thing we're gonna be having in there is a swaddle. Having this in here is going to give us that peace of mind that if it does get too cold and we do need to add an extra layer, we have it on hand. For my nursing cart that I have right here that is not very organized, I'm gonna go ahead and steal a couple of these nursing pads. So now, at this point, as for the bare essentials, we are officially covered, which feels really good. It doesn't have everything that might go in there at the end of the day, but if we needed to go to the hospital right now, if we needed to be ready, now I have that peace of mind that we are, and this is something that I can just keep as peace of mind for the rest of this pregnancy, which is really nice. It is the next day, and so I thought I'd sit down, take a little break from doing some of the laundry folding, maybe avoid some of the laundry folding is more what's going on, and talk to you all about 30 weeks, how I feel about coming up on that, what I'm excited for on the rest of the 3rd trimester, and of course, symptoms, a bump date, all of that good stuff. Physical symptoms wise, the biggest thing for me has been a lot of discomfort around sleeping. It kind of comes and goes in waves where I'll either have a wonderful night of sleep, or the other side of that is I get no sleep, my hips hurt when I wake up in the morning. I've tried multiple different kind of pregnancy pillows. I have the classic bad boy back here. I also just got a body pillow for $10 at Target. That seems to be doing the trick. We rearranged our bed, we tried different bedding styles, and I really just think at this point it is the baby getting bigger, the placenta getting bigger, all that amniotic fluid and all that weight sitting on my hips for for such a long period of time. If you have any other advice for that, go ahead and leave it in the comments below because I would love to get a good night's sleep eventually. Some other physical symptoms that I've been noticing is in the last about week and a half, I've gotten a lot of stretch marks. That's not a bad thing. Stretch marks are totally normal. They're gonna fade within a year. And honestly, they're a fun memory to keep of your baby and your pregnancy, if you just look at it that way. I know society tells women a lot of weird things about their bodies and about stretch marks and all of that kind of stuff, but it really is a beautiful thing, and you don't have to let society define what's beautiful for you. But the areas that I've been getting them are mainly on my hips here, and then right on the butt area. So obviously not something that's going to be shown. I also got my first ones on my breast areas, which I didn't know was going to happen, but it makes sense with all the stretching and expanding. I am using the Dr. Palmer's lotion every night, every morning, and whenever I take a shower. However, of course, we know that that doesn't really prevent stretch marks as much as the bottle might want you to believe. And it's more just to ease some of that discomfort of my dry skin. Speaking of dry skin, my eczema, which if you have been following or watching my videos, you know I have pregnancy-induced eczema. It is super, super bad in the summertime especially. And so I have these patches here. I found that CeraVe, or CeraVe, I'm still not sure how to pronounce that one, but it has been helping me a whole lot. I've been using just a little bit on my armpits. You can see I also have some on here and here. It gets worse with the heat, gets worse with the sun. So as you can see, summer is the perfect storm for that. I've also been having a little bit of swelling, especially in the heat. Nothing too major, but I can definitely tell when I try to take my ring off. You can see I have that swelling going on there. I've switched to absolutely no tennis shoes unless I have to, and gone with more of a fake Birkenstock style sandals. And I'm saying fake because I went for the cheapest option, knowing that I am going to be in this for the next 2 months, and then I will revert back to my size that I was before, because right now I'm wearing an 8 and normally I am a 7 at most when it comes to shoes. I've also noticed that before this week, there's something that changed, I swear, this week in particular, because I was able to wear a lot of my leggings and a lot of my pants just kind of below the bump fairly comfortably. But now we are exclusively on maternity leggings and pants, because even right here, if you can see, this area is so much bigger than it used to be. And so I've been getting those red indent lines, very, very uncomfortable, crampy feelings if I put on pants that are not stretchy like this over the bump. And so that's been a change as well. I'm thinking of making a video of all of the weird pregnancy symptoms I've experienced so far, because there's definitely some odd ones. I did have an end this week to one of my least favorite ones, which is restless leg syndrome. I didn't know that could happen. It can, it does, and it's not as uncommon as you would think. And it happened to me my whole second trimester. So at night, my legs would just go crazy, like there was ants in them or something. Wasn't an anxious twitch, it wasn't both my legs, just the right one, just whenever it wanted to. But this is eased up. I feel a lot of comfort in that. My bones feel like they hurt. I know that's not a scientific thing, but a lot of the ligaments, I can feel a little more stress on them lately, especially walking up the stairs, doing those kind of activities. So I'm trying to take it easy there. Sorry if you could hear that, I just burped. Another thing I've been dealing with a lot lately. But otherwise, I'm feeling pretty great. As far as baby goes, my baby lately has been having a lot of movement. Now, this isn't fully out of the ordinary for my baby. At, I think, the 20-week ultrasound, I remember the technician commenting how active my baby was. I am a high-risk pregnancy, so I go in every month to see them in the ultrasound, and oh my goodness, they're always bouncing off the walls, which is exactly what they're doing all the time in me as well. And I definitely can feel that. Right now, I can do the whole tapping thing where I let my little bean, that's what I call them, know I'm here, and they will hit me back. If you haven't been pregnant, or if you are just finding out you're pregnant, a little before me in your pregnancy, that's something really cool to look forward to. But the baby at this point, developmentally, can recognize that it's my hand and it's my husband's hand with our voices combined. And so we actually get different interactions with the baby, which is really cool. I've noticed that lately I've been having a lot of emotional ups and downs. Not as bad as first trimester. For me, first trimester, I was very, very moody, very irritable, which is not very like my normal personality at all. But this kind of moodiness that I'm feeling is more of a sadness that I get sometimes. I get this overwhelming feeling like I need to cry, and it doesn't even have to be at anything in particular, but if something small sets me off, I'll cry at that too. I was crying at watching the show Alone, which is a show that's like a survivalist show, so not exactly the most touchy-feely thing. And that was a big indicator for me, as well as like if my husband makes a joke while we're joking back and forth, I can be the most sensitive little baby right now, and I will cry at absolutely anything, even if I'm not actually hurt by it, if that makes sense. I think that's about it as far as the symptoms go. I have next week an ultrasound, which I'm really excited for, as well as I'm going to be doing a regular doctor's appointment. So I'll be checking in on the baby in both of those, seeing that they're okay, they're growing correctly. Kind of a scary thing. My last ultrasound, we found out that the baby was breech. Not fully a big deal because we were only at about 26 weeks, but it is still something that they wanted to keep an eye on, something I definitely want to keep an eye on. I've been making sure to walk a lot during the day, as well as I've been doing some stretches that open up my hips and help baby come down a little further. So hopefully that's working, hopefully it's helping. But that is a big fear in the back of my mind. So I am feeling a little bit of that anxiety going through the week as well. I think as far as what I'm looking forward to in the rest of the third trimester, of course, meeting baby is going to be wonderful and magical, but I'm also looking forward to seeing how my body continues to change and adapt and develop this beautiful life inside of me. I'm looking forward to getting to know a lot more about myself. I've found that pregnancy really brings out this natural and innate maternal sense in me that I didn't know I had before. And so that's been something really wonderful and really unique to watch develop. And then of course, getting all of this prepped and ready. All right, I am just about to cook dinner. I'm in my kitchen right now again, but I remembered that I did not close out this video. So thank you so much for watching. I'm so happy that you're here, and I'm so happy to be able to share my motherhood journey, little bean, the bump, all of that good stuff with you. Go ahead and subscribe so that you don't miss any more videos. Like this video if you liked it, and leave a comment for me if you have any more questions or any videos you want to see. But with that being said, I will see you in the next one. Bye.